Are you planning to move to Canada? So here are a few downsides I experienced when I moved to Canada. Keep watching. Hi guys, AJ this side. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, thank you so much for liking my introduction video and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate the support from you. Many of you are thinking or even planning to move to Canada. As you know, I've been living in Canada for 7 years, so I would like to share 5 downsides I experienced here in Canada. So point number 1, weather. Here in Canada, we experience all 4 seasons. So we have spring, we have summer, fall, and winter. But we talk about winters more because the winters are really harsh here in Canada. In fact, the whole weather system is really harsh here in Canada. So let's talk about winters first. In winter time, the temperature falls to -30 to -40 degrees Celsius. The days get shorter and you get less of sunlight. So it gets really depressing over here. And the second part to that is it also snows. Now, when it snows, it's really nice to look out in the window and it's snowing and it looks really nice. But actually, if you have to deal with the snow on a day-to-day basis, like you have to wake up in the morning around 2 hours early. You have to shovel the driveway, you have to shovel the pathway, you have to take snow off your car if you have a car, and then you have to drive to your work. And the drive takes more time because of course it's snowing, you can't go as fast. So it takes a toll on your day-to-day life. So people moving in from warmer areas of the globe are going to find it a little difficult to adjust in this cold weather. Now you're going to say that, of course, the houses are heated, your workplaces are heated, your car you travel in is heated, the transport is heated. Yes, I agree to that. But still, you have to wear layers of clothing. Like when I go out in the winters, I'm wearing around 5 to 6 kilograms of extra clothing that I have to keep myself warm. So that's a hassle, and it takes time getting used to it. This is one of the reasons why, Canadians eagerly wait for their summer season. They have events planned for the summer season. And when summer comes, you'll find them lying around, on beaches and everywhere trying to enjoy the sun. So this is one of the biggest points that you should consider when you're trying to move to Canada. So point number 2 is cost of living. When people think about Canada, they expect a certain level of living. Yes, Canada does offer a good standard of living, but it all comes at a price. Let's say housing. The average house in the GTA area where I live in comes at $750,000. That's a lot. Food here is really expensive. Now, Canada does not produce as much as food it requires to feed, the country, so it imports food from the neighboring countries like US, Mexico, etc. The other thing I would like to talk about is insurance. Insurance is really important in these developed countries for peace of mind. Insurance rates are the highest in Canada as compared to other developed countries. Insurance for housing, insurance for automobiles, even health insurance is the highest. Now you're going to think that Canada offers free medical. Yes, but there are certain things that are not covered under your medical plan that the government offers. So you have to buy insurance for that, and that doesn't come cheap. Point number 3 is work. Canada is a capitalist country, and finding work here is not easy. And on top of that, if you want work in a particular field, that makes the job even harder. Now let's say you got the job, but you can't just easily relax and say, oh, I got the job, now I'm good. People get out of their jobs just like this. Companies here change their financial strategies, their management changes, people are let go. And so it becomes hard for you to sustain a job here in Canada. Even when you have a job, you have to be constantly looking for better opportunities at the same time when you're doing another job, because you never know when you're going to get go. Let me give you an example. Various companies like Target, Sears, and now GM are moving out of Canada. So many people are losing their jobs because of this. So what I want to let you know is, in Canada, work doesn't come easy. And even if you get your job, it's hard sustaining it. You always have to constantly be looking for other jobs to move into if you lose your job. So point number 4 is taxes. taxes here in Canada are the highest among the developed countries. Now, I know friends and some of my colleagues have moved in from other parts of the globe. Some have even moved from the UAE. I have myself worked in the Arab countries, and there are no taxes over there. But when they move here, they're like, oh, I have to pay the government? Like, I have to pay this much? There are people who are paying almost 45% of their salaries to the government because they come in a higher bracket, but that's how the taxes are over here in Canada. You would say, why are they charging so much tax? Well, the weather here is really bad, and it has a very negative effect on the infrastructure. So they need to build roads again, they need to mend the pathways, they need to do a lot of infrastructure work. Where does that money come from? That money comes from your taxes. Basic medical is free over here in Canada. The government doesn't produce money. The money comes out from your taxes that you pay to the government. They put it towards there. You think about education, 80%, I would say, approximately 80% of the money you pay in your taxes to the government goes towards children's education. So yes, a lot of money is going towards taxes. A lot of your hard-earning money is going towards taxes. The point number 5 is loneliness or homesickness. A lot of people who move here to Canada feel lonely, or you can say they feel homesick. They try their best to adapt to the Canadian culture, but when in Canada, of course, we don't celebrate the same festivals as you celebrate back home. So whenever you talk home or you get to know that they're celebrating a certain festival, you can't celebrate that festival over here. You of course feel lonely. That's a major factor where people start feeling homesick. The other thing I would like to also mention is that it's not easy that you can adapt yourself into the Canadian lifestyle because they have different festivals and different cultures. So it's hard for you to adapt yourself into these different kind of cultures, and it creates a lag. It creates some kind of a distant feeling from the society, and people get really lonely because of that. When you move to Canada, you leave behind your friends and your family whom you grew up with, friends who were your childhood friends. So, whenever you need them, they're not available. Whenever they need you, you're not available. So that creates a little bit of loneliness within you. So guys, just to conclude, I hope you like this insight about Canada. Mind you, I am not discouraging you from coming to Canada. I'm just giving you some points to ponder over before you make that decision to move to Canada. So guys, please let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions. I would be happy to answer those questions about Canada. If you think I'm doing a good job, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.